Hey Internet, my name is Julian. It's April 19th, 2017, and I'm here with your Nerdy Brew news. On this episode, we discuss some Guardian of the Galaxy news, Krypton TV show news, and as well as Super Nintendo Classic possibly coming? Stick around to find out. To start off, we'll talk about some news coming from the film world. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is releasing May 5th, and there's already talk about a third movie in the works. That's right, James Gunn has confirmed that there will be a Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and he'll also be writing and directing that movie. James has already stated that the third film will be the last time the original team is all together. It is rumored that the Guardians of the Galaxy cast will be in the next Avengers films, and with that, it is possible that there is where the team will break apart, or possibly in the third film, depending on when the film is released. James has also said during the credits of Volume 2, there'll be 5 credit scenes. Now, that's a lot of credit scenes, which hopefully give a little bit more detail on what's happening in the future for them. Whether it's alluding to Volume 3 or the Avengers movies themselves, we'll just have to wait and see. We also learned of Sylvester Stallone's role in the film. He'll be playing Starker, which is also in the comics. He's also named Starhawk, and Starhawk is actually a Nova Corps member, and it's really not too sure whether or not he's going to be playing a good guy or a bad guy in this film, but we'll just have to sit and see when the movie comes out. In other Marvel news, we have finally found out who Logan Marshall Green is going to be playing in the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. We all know that he is going to be one of Vulture's henchmen, and we found out that his name is actually Jackson Montana Bryce. Now, Bryce in the comics is part of the Enforcers and eventually takes up the mantle of the Shocker. There is no word yet on whether or not this has any weight in the Marvel Universe, if he'll be a character in future films or play a villain, or whether he'll be taking up the mantle as the Shocker in this film. We'll just have to see when the movie comes out and if he survives. We have word from Marvel boss Kevin Feige that the contract with Sony for Spider-Man will last for the next 2 Avengers movies. Now, the Avengers Infinity Wars will be coming out May 4th, 2018, and the following 4th Avengers film will be coming out in 2019. There's no word yet on exactly what role Spider-Man will be playing, but we're going to go ahead with he's going to be going up against Thanos at some point with the other Marvel characters. The final news in film is another Marvel story. We got the trailer recently for Thor Ragnarok, and in it is Thor pitted against Hulk in an arena gladiator-style battle. This gladiator-type arena is actually well known in the comics. In Planet Hulk, Hulk is banished to a planet which is thought to be uninhabited, and when he lands, he's actually captured by the people there and is made to fight in a gladiator arena. Now, within the arena, he befriends another gladiator by the name of Korg, who is a rock-type alien, and when they do become friends, things go more of Hulk's way. If you haven't read the comic book story or even watched the animated film, I recommend going and doing so because it's actually a really good storyline. Well, apparently we are going to get Korg in the Thor Ragnarok film, as director Taika Waititi has confirmed that he will be in the film, and he is actually going to be donning the mocap for the character Korg himself. It is exciting to see that we will be getting more characters from Planet Hulk within this film, as it is a good tie-in, and because it's such a good storyline, I'm actually really happy to see this happening. Although I would have wished a standalone movie, which is still potentially, we can get something like that with not knowing how Hulk got there unless they explain it in this film. I'm super excited to at least have some part of that storyline involved. Up next will be some TV news. DC Comics have been on TV for decades now, spanning all the way back to some of the original Batman series up until nowadays, where they have Gotham on Fox, they have Supergirl, The Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow on the CW network. Well, it turns out we're getting another DC storyline, and it's coming from the people at Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi recently just released a trailer for their TV series Krypton, which is about Superman's grandfather and the lead up to what happens to their planet. The show will actually be written and produced by David S. Goyer, who's been involved with DC Comics for a while now. The show will star Cameron Cuff and Georgina Campbell. There is no official start date for the TV series, but I will post a link to the trailer in the description below. And the final segment of today will be about video games. On Friday's episode, I talked about how the NES Classic is being discontinued only after being out for a couple of months. I discussed a couple of different ideas on why they're shutting down and gave the reason why Nintendo was discontinuing it, but we never brought up the topic of possibly a console replacing it. There are reports floating around that we'll be receiving a Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic, or SNES for short, or SNES if you're one of those people, and it's coming out this year and most likely for a Christmas release. Now, this is definitely potentially one reason why Nintendo discontinued the NES Classic, because they already had this in the works. The SNES Classic will follow suit with the NES Classic and be a plug-and-play system that will be launched with preloaded games, most likely classics from that era, and most likely around somewhat of the same price range. There's been no word as of yet from Nintendo on whether or not this claim is true. We'll just have to sit back and see if there's any news coming out, and most likely we'll probably have to wait till E3 during their briefing to hear anything about it. With the release of Super Mario Maker in September 2015, we got to venture in and create our own Mario levels. Now, these Mario levels spanned from different generations of Mario, from Super Mario Bros. To Super Mario Bros. 3, to Super Mario World, and even New Super Mario Bros. U. With it being successful as it is, it's no wonder there wouldn't be any other characters following suit and making their own creator game. Now, it's been revealed that Bandai Namco has actually filed a trademark for Pac-Man Maker and is currently under review. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean we'll be getting a Pac-Man Maker anytime soon, or even at all. There has been no word of any type of game being made by Bandai, and Bandai Namco is in the arcade machine business, so it could be related to that. Now, it would be interesting to see how this game would work out, since Pac-Man is kind of a simplistic game where you chase dots around a field and get eaten by ghosts eventually, or if you're good enough, you can avoid them. And there's really not much else to it, although they did have different iterations of the game, so it'd be interesting to see what they do with it if they do decide to go this route. Will you be sitting down May 5th to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in theaters? What are your thoughts about a prequel Superman story about his grandfather in the Krypton TV series? And are you excited about a possible Super NES Classic coming this year? Let me know in the comment section below. Is it from me here at Nerdy Brew News. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to be the first to see these episodes in the future, go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and share with your friends and family so that way they're caught up with the news. Until next time, thanks for watching.